Hey there YouTube, it's Kiko here with my first official deck of 2011. Sorry I've been gone for a little while, guys. I had my wisdom teeth pulled and it went a lot uh, worse than I would have thought. Been having a lot of pain. I'm still in a lot of pain. The stitches came out and opened up the holes again, so having to go back to the doctor pretty soon. So I've been away for a little while. So I thought I'd do this deck profile really quick for you guys. The deck is finished, and I'm gonna run it just like this. It's sort of based around Fraser Smith's deck, who, as most of you all probably know, he won YCS Atlanta, I think. And he won with Gravekeepers, and it was close to this build, not exactly this build, but close. I kind of wanted to put a few of my own little spins on it, so I don't have my mat here with me, so I'm going to do this a different way. I'm really going to try to explain the cards really well and everything else for you guys, so here we go. First off, you got 3 Gravekeeper Recruiters. This card came out of Star Strike Blast. It's your main searcher for the deck. When you control him and he's sent to the graveyard, you can add a Gravekeeper monster with 1500 or less defense from your deck to your hand. So he's your main searcher. He works with almost every monster card in this deck. It's a really high dollar rare, actually, pretty coveted. So next card that's been around for absolutely ever. You got 3 Gravekeeper Spy, 2000 defense. When he's flipped, you special summon a Gravekeeper monster with 1500 or less attack from your deck. Just a great card. A lot of people will attack them in defense, not quite have over 2000 attack, and take a little damage off of this, plus you get his effect. So it's a good plus for you. Next we have 3 Gravekeeper Descendant. 4-star monster, and you contribute a face-up Gravekeeper monster that you control, except this card, to destroy a card your opponent controls. It's a 1500 attack monster, so with Necrovalley on the field, he becomes 2000. Gravekeeper Spy becomes 1700 with a 2500 defense, and Gravekeeper Recruiter becomes 17 with a 2000 defense. So pretty good there. Next, you got 3 Commandants. These are your cards that you discard from your hand to search out your Necrovalley. Really good card. Next, we run 2 Gravekeepers Assailant. We don't run 3, and I don't quite like 1. 2 is good. If Necrovalley is on the field, when this card declares an attack, you can select a monster your opponent controls and change its battle position. So pretty good, and he becomes 2000 attack and 2000 defense with Necrovalley on the field. It's a really good card. He's also a good tribute for your Descendant. Same as Recruiter. Recruiter is too. And next, what I like, Malefic Stardust Dragon. For those of you who don't know what he does, he can't be normal summoned or set, and he can't be special summoned except by removing from play 1 Stardust Dragon from your extra deck. So if you run 3 Stardust, it's not that big of a problem. And you can only have 1 Malefic monster on the field at a time. Field spell cards cannot be destroyed by effects. Other monsters you control cannot declare an attack. If there's no face-up field spell on the field, destroy this card. So it protects your Necrovalleys, and it's just an all-around good card. So personally, I just really like the card. So there's your monster lineup. I believe it's 17 monsters. Let me count just to be sure. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's a 15 monster count. Next, guys, for your spells, you got 3 Royal Tributes, most broken card in the deck. It's actually probably going to get hit in the next ban list, I would assume. Maybe taking it down to 2 or 1. I think they could take it down to 1. I don't want them to, but I think they could. you can only activate this card when Necro Valley is active on the field. Both players must discard all monster cards from their graveyard, from their hand to their graveyard. So that's just a broken card. Can open up such huge plays, especially if you first turn that with a Necro Valley. Necro Valley prevents any play from the graveyard. All Gravekeeper monsters gain 500 attack and defense. Cards in either player's graveyard cannot be removed from play, and cards in either player's graveyard cannot be affected by card effects except by their own effect. So, one easy card in this deck to go through is three Book of Moons. Obvious, helps with offense, defense, and with your effects with your Gravekeeper spies. Next, great card in this deck, two Dualities. Great card for the deck. You don't special summon a whole lot, and it doesn't really get in the way. So, 2 Gravekeeper Steel. 3 was too cluttery. It was messing up some hands. You select 2 Gravekeeper monsters in the graveyard and add them to your hand. It can't be negated by the effect of Necro Valley. So, gets around Necro Valley. I just didn't like having it in my hand. Sometimes I had an empty graveyard. So, you got 1 MST. That's all you really need for this graveyard or for this deck, and 1 Allure of Darkness. Gotta have it. Good draw power. And those are your spells. For the traps now, we're running 3 Deep Prison. I really think that's a great card to have right now. Good monster removal when your opponent attacks. 2 Bottomless, self-explanatory. Personal favorite, 2 Starlight Roads. Trust me, it works. It's just such a good card in this deck. Compulsory, returns monster to the hand. Mirror Force, and a Rite of Spirit. Rite of Spirit lets you select a monster that includes Gravekeeper in its card name, and in your graveyard and special summon it in face of attack or defense, and it's not affected by Necro Valley, so it's around that. Guys, in this deck, Rite of Spirit, 1 Starlight Road, maybe even 1 Dimensional Prison, 1 Pot of Duality. Those are all good cards to Malefic Stardust, 1 Assailant. Those are all good cards to side out if you need to side in some different cards. So those are really, really good. Some cards that you could side in could be like Gale, Dust Tornadoes for other, like maybe for mirror matches, an extra compulsory. I was gonna see if I had my side deck right here, but I don't think I do. No, I do not. So yeah, guys, by the way, I have had some people message me and be like, oh, you borrow friends' decks, or you don't really have all the decks you say you do, or you're not really making all the decks you say you are. So what I thought I would do is kind of show you guys just really, really fast what I have. I mean, you know, so I showed you the guys the Gravekeeper deck, so you can see it's the same deck I just went through. And then these slick back pink sleeves. Well, here is my 6 Samurai deck I'm working on. Just so you can kind of see 6 Sam United, Grandmasters, all the commons in there. Great Shogun Shien. You know, so there's the 6 Sam deck that I'm working on once again in slick back sleeves, pink sleeves. I'm making this so I can interchange my staples quickly. Here is my scrap deck that I have put together, and I'll be going through all these decks. I'm just showing this so I can show everybody that I do have the cards that I say I have. I was just really getting tired from this one person just hearing it over and over and over. Here is the part of the Watt deck that I've got. Obviously, staples are just in other decks if you don't see cards in here. What else we got? Let's see. This is my card for card deck. And I'll be doing, like I said, I'll be doing all these cards again for these decks for you guys again. There's my card for card. Here is my... What are those? Oh, okay. Here's my machine deck. Now these are in yellow sleeves. I haven't changed these out yet to pink sleeves because I'm thinking about selling this deck. If you want it, comes with 2 of each gadget, hypersynchron, super limiter removal, gold future fusion, super divine wrath, monster reborn, all the peacekeepers and gear frames and cyber dragons and fortresses and all that good stuff. Here's my main deck that most of you guys know, my Naturia deck. So everybody can see that there. Shoot, let's see here. These are all cards that I just have to help like go into other decks. I was working on a Gen X deck and a Dirac deck. I don't know if that'll happen. And these are all just extra cards that could go into any deck if I need them. Extra Gravekeeper stuff. Extra staples. Here's my synchro deck. These synchros and fusions go to all of my decks. So that's why there's so many, because you use different synchros obviously for different decks. So yeah. And then over here in the works, these are decks that I maybe have like 10 or 15 cards of each deck. You got Frog Monarchs. Let's see. There's the front. Yeah, you got Frog Monarchs getting started. You got Glad Beast getting started. You got X Sabers getting started. And then just Ab-Zero and Herald. So yeah, so there you go, guys. Those are all the different decks I have that I've been working on and tweaking and everything. So when I say I've got them, I've got them. Oh, I also have a Light Sworn deck around here somewhere. Oh, here it is. This is the one that's for sale. Oh, and there's my side deck. Don't know how that got down there. So here's the Light Sworn deck that I have for sale. 150 bucks if you want it. It does not have staples in it like Mirror Force and everything. I have those for other decks, but it has Super Raikos and Ulti Celestias and Ulti Recharges, Gold JDs, Super Garoth, Super... all the Light Sworns are super pretty much, except for Lumina and Jane and stuff like that. So let me know, guys. So I hope this was a good first video for 2011 for a deck profile. The next one I'm about to do here in a minute will be Naturia. So stick with me, guys. Please check out these videos. If you're watching this video and you're not a YouTube, like you don't have a YouTube account, please sign up for one. It's real quick, real easy. When you do sign up, please friend me by clicking on my my name thing right above here and go onto my channel and click subscribe. If you do have a channel and you haven't subscribed to me, please do that. If you are subscribed to me, please refer me to your friends. I would love, once I hit 350 subscribers, I'm going to start another big contest. So, you know what it is, YouTube. Peace.